Hello, my friend, and welcome to Wisdom Trek. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 5-day-per-week wisdom and legacy building podcast. Today is day 581 of our trek, and it is Wisdom Wednesday. Every Wednesday along life's trail, we will dig for the nuggets of wisdom that are found in the book of Proverbs. Today, we'll explore Proverbs chapter 4 from the Voice translation, which will give us a fresh perspective of this book of timeless wisdom. We are broadcasting from our studios at the Big House in Marietta, Ohio. One of the primary objectives of Wisdom Trek is to help you to create and build a living legacy. A legacy which is much more than material possessions. A legacy that weaves into your life character traits that are both good and godly. A legacy of unwavering integrity. A legacy that is built on a solid foundation from which you can grow and flourish. A legacy that is passed on to your children, grandchildren, and others that you impact, both in word and action. A legacy that they can embrace and pass on for generations to come. That is what the Father in this chapter is teaching his children. So today in chapter 4 of Proverbs, we will explore how to embrace Lady Wisdom. In this chapter, we will find 3 more speeches from a father to his son. We start out with the 5th speech in Proverbs from a father to his son, and this is contained in verses 1 through 9. At the beginning of this chapter, the father gathers his children around for this special speech. It is almost like he's a proud, slightly worried dad giving a wedding toast. He shares the words that he received years ago from his father, urging him to embrace Lady Wisdom. She will raise you to the place of honor in return, he says. Notice the reverent, relational way the father speaks of Lady Wisdom to his sons. The middle section, which is the 6th speech from the father to son, is contained in verses 10 through 19. Now the father and the son have a sit-down, man-to-man talk. No more soft words like cherish, honor, or embrace. He uses stark contrast to make his point. There are only 2 ways of life, wickedness or righteousness. Notice there is not a third option. Choose light or dark, life or death. It is up to you. Just like chapter 3, the father uses a very pointed, descriptive vocabulary to clarify the benefits and consequences of these 2 distinct paths. And then the last section of this chapter, which is the 7th speech from a father to the son, is contained in verses 20 through 27. For the 7th speech, the father builds on the preceding one. Once the correct path is chosen, the father makes the son ready for the journey. He stresses that following this path will require his heart, eyes, ears, mouth, and feet. Count how many times each is referenced. To stay on this path requires your whole being. These words are not just mere advice. They are a life that brings wholeness and healing to your body. The book of Proverbs teaches us how to live a good and godly life, walking in the radiant path with Lady Wisdom at our side. What paths are you ready to forsake and choose a rich and satisfying life? Listen up now and pay attention as I share with you Proverbs chapter 4. Gather, children, to hear your father's instructions. Pay close attention so you will understand, for I am passing down to you important precepts. Do not abandon these valuable life lessons. Back when I was young, a very image of my father, and yet from my mother's view still her only boy. My father, with his years of experience, became my teacher. So listen to your father now. Son, grab onto every word I say to you. Hold them close. Stay true to my instructions as you live, and they will serve you well. Whatever it takes, gain wisdom. Do it. To gain understanding, do it. Never forget this. Never stray from what I am telling you. If you don't forsake Lady Wisdom, she will protect you. Love her, and she will faithfully take care of you. Gaining sound judgment is key. So first things first, go after Lady Wisdom. Now whatever else you do, follow through to understanding. Cherish her, and she will help you rise above the confusion of life. Your possibilities will open up before you. Embrace her, and she will raise you to a place of honor in return. She will provide you with the finishing touches of your character, grace. She will give you an elegant confidence. Hear my words, my son, and take them in. Let them soak in so that they will give you a long, full life. I have pointed you in the way of wisdom. I have steered you down the path of integrity. So get going, and as you go, know this. With integrity, you will overcome all obstacles. Even if you run, you will not stumble. Tighten your grip around wise advice. Don't let it slip away. Protect wisdom, for without her, life isn't worth living. Do not start down the road of wicked. The first step is easy, but it leads to heartache. Do not go along the way of evildoers. Stay away from it. Don't even go past it. And if you find yourself anywhere near it, turn your back and run as far as you can in the opposite direction. For evildoers are so twisted they cannot sleep unless they have caused harm. They'll lie awake all night until they figure out a way to cause someone to stumble. For they feed on evil the way most eat bread. They drink violence the way most guzzle wine. Yet the way of those who do right is like the early morning sun that shines brighter and brighter until noon. Evildoers travel a dark road because they love to hide their deeds in darkness. They can't see the perils ahead that cause them to stumble. My son, pay attention to all my words I am telling you. Lean in closer so you may hear all that I say. Keep them before you, meditate on them, set them safely in your heart. For those who discover them, they are life. They bring wholeness and healing to their bodies. Above all else, watch your heart. Diligently guard it, because from a sincere and pure heart comes the good and noble things of life. Do away with any talk that twist and distort the truth. Have nothing to do with this verbal trickery. Keep your head up, your eyes straight ahead, and your focus fixed on what is in front of you. Take care that you don't stray from the straight path, the way of truth, and you will safely reach the end of the road. Don't veer off this course, to the right or to the left. Stay away from evil and leave it behind. That will conclude our exploration of Proverbs chapter 4. Next week we will continue with chapter 5, and each week we will explore a full chapter in Proverbs. I hope that you'll join us each week so that you can gain wisdom, insight, and understanding for yourself. All the Proverbs that we study provide us with rich wisdom, insight, and understanding on a myriad of life issues. Regardless of where you are on your faith walk, if the precepts in Proverbs are followed, your life will be much more rich and satisfying. I encourage you to take them and plant the seeds of wisdom into your heart so that you'll reap a harvest of wisdom throughout your life. Tomorrow we will hike another short trail on our Wisdom Unplugged series, where we will discover an inspirational wisdom quote. So encourage your friends and family to join us, and then come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. That will finish our trek for today. If you'd like to listen to any of our past daily treks or read their journal, they are available at wisdom-trek.com. You can also subscribe at iTunes or Google Play so that each day's trek will be downloaded to you automatically. Thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal. And as we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and then leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.